Okay, so I was sat here thinking, I was watching porn stars and I was thinking, the reason I had a go at that security guard earlier um, was because I don't like security guards. I got beaten up by one of them in the outlet 15 years ago, something like that. And what it was, I went out, I got drunk at someone's house, and I fell asleep on their bed, just passed out by that, bang. And they decided to come along with a fucking buzzer thing, shaver, um, and shave my eyebrow off, thinking it was hilarious, you know. Um, there's not much you can do to a woman that shaved off your eyebrow while she passed out asleep. You can't really do much to her, so um, I I generally woke up. Uh, I can't remember if I looked in the mirror. I think I looked in the mirror before I left, and they were asleep. Her and the two lads that were there. One of them was a complete dickhead. The other one grew up to be all right, but he was a dickhead when he was younger as well. Um, and anyway, they turned out all right eventually, but I stopped talking to him years ago. Um, anyway, so the point is, these two fucking muppets with this woman shaved my eyebrow off. Anyway, I go and I start walking into town. I don't know why I was going into town. I was in West Swindon, and I think I was going for a pint. So I started walking into town, but I found a bike, an old rusted green push bike, in a bush on the way to the town, to the outlet. So I jumped on the bike and started riding it. And it was comical because I was riding it and it was squeaking as I rode it. So so I'm generally fucking driving around, riding around near the outlet, and I thought, the outlet's not open, so I go in on the bike before the shop's open, and the only thing that's really there are the shopkeepers start opening up, and the security, and the odd delivery. And it's Sunday morning, so I'm riding this squeaky bike. I'm riding this squeaky bike, and I got all mouthy with the security because they got mouthy with me, right? And I didn't know that. I can't remember his name now, but he was a fucking hooligan, I think. God only knows how he got a license to be a security guard because he just got out of prison, I think. Anyway, so I'm mouthing off at this two security guards. Um, uh, One of them picks up the bike and fucking throws it at me, right? And then starts mouthing me off, swearing and that. And then I said something to him, and then I shit you not, this security guard at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning, fucking laid into me, bang, like that. And I was like, you fucker. And he done it again. And I fucking picked up the bike. No, I think I left the bike. I thought I didn't give a fuck about the bike. So I just got up, and it was when the park was there. And you had to go through the two sides to get to the other side to get out the outlet. Now you got to walk around the whole fucking thing and see every shop before you can get out. But in them days, you could go through the park. Uh, you probably still can. I just don't have kids, so I don't go near parks. But he fucking hit me. I get up, I walk off, and I go through the tunnel. And I get to the other end of the tunnel by the Mechanics Institute. And I just happened to see an ambulance. There was two of them. One ambulance went straight past me, and the other one stopped when I waved him down because I was bleeding. I was covered in fucking blood. My nose or my eyes or whatever was covered. I was covered in blood. And I hadn't done anything other than be a bit mouthy to a fucking psychopath in a uniform. So anyway, the police, the ambulance called the police, and the police came and talked. I can't remember now. It's a long time ago. I can't remember. I don't think they arrested me. The ambulance sort of patched me up with a bit of wiping off the blood and that, and basically just said, "Oh yeah, they can't do anything," because you can't just don't know why, but you can't just hail an ambulance if someone's dying on the street. You can't just say ambulance, someone's dying. No, you can't do that. You got to call 999, get them to come like a taxi. God forbid somebody needs to hail down a fucking police car or something because they need their assistance. It's like the buses the other week. Me not knowing where the bus stops and finding out that the driver kindly stopped at that bus stop just because he thought it was random that someone was at the bus stop. I said, well, why can't I get on? He said, because this bus doesn't stop on this stop. It goes past it. Fuck you, man. Who the fuck knows that shit? I don't know that. I bet the residents in the fucking town don't even know that, but in the part of the town where it is. Anyway, so this fucking police officer, Andy something or other. I can't remember his name, but he was alright copper. Until one day, I was getting arrested for drunk disorderly or something, starting on a bouncer outside. I would like to say the Savoy. Yeah, I think it was the Savoy. My mate's flat was up the road, and I remember walking down from there, keeled over and handcuffed and shit like that. So, anyway, the bouncers have always had a rough side, and security think they're bouncers of that establishment, so they treat you exactly the same way, roughly. Sometimes you've got to stand up to them and tell them to fuck off. Just because you're walking through their shopping centre doesn't give them the right to come and stop me from taking a shit, or the right to stop me from going in the toilet and fucking getting a blowjob. I'll do what I want, right? Because I'm a citizen going into a public toilet. There's people like fucking George Michael or whoever it was getting done for giving blowjobs in toilets for men. So if I go in with a woman, and am I going to be stopped for going in there and having sex with a woman, or having fellatio fucking intercourse with a woman? No, that's not right. You can't do that. You can't stop a man just because you think you've got power over them. Fuck you. The screws don't have power in prison, and the doctors don't have power in hospital, right? The people who have the power are the patients and the prisoners, right? Because they run the place, right? They run the place. Hospital's a bit different because you're left to your own devices. They hide behind glass and walls and offices and watch through the glass, while you just mill about in front of them. They're built like observation rooms, big rooms where they got corridors and stuff so they can watch you, and they control your meals, they control your water, they control even just washing. They turn the water off after 30 seconds, so you've got to keep pressing it. And then the bastards put a free limit press, or a 4 limit if you're lucky, press on the shower. So if you do want to have a longer shower, you've got just enough time, especially when you've got long hair like me, you've got just enough time to wash your hair, but you've only got pouches until you realise you can buy stuff from Tesco's and have it brought in on Swoosh or whatever it's called, Swoosh. But yeah, you've only got these pouches which have got shampoo in or shower gel, and toothpaste in some of them, so don't get them mixed up. But it takes that long to open it when your hands are all wet and soppy and soapy, and you're in the shower trying to rip it open. You've literally got 30 seconds to have a shower, and then you've got to press it again, right? And you just can't rip these packets open. So tip, if you ever have a sachet of shampoo or any kind of shower gel, or in a hotel or whatever, open the packet before you get into the water, because it's a nightmare trying to do that in a shower, or when you've just got in the bath and your hands are all wet and soapy and that. So Yeah, a little tip there. Make sure you open the sachet before you get in the shower or bath. And also, another thing, right? Like I say, in hospital, you can have things delivered. So, um, order your own toilet roll, because in some of these hospitals they only have those sheets, tracing paper sheets. Um, and at Christmas when I was in there, I gave away a load of toilet rolls that I bought in, to all the patients. I gave them a toilet roll each. Well, not all of them, because I didn't have enough to give all of them, but I gave the ones that I had a communicational interest to talk to. If they were just crazy, I wouldn't talk to them, and if they were funny crazy, then I'd find it entertaining to spend 5 minutes talking to them and listen to the crazy stories they got to tell. Because there's nothing else to do in there. They don't give you a TV remote. They hide that, you know. And then some dickhead, Paul, I think his name was, uh, he was in tears one night, one morning, early one morning, and crying his eyes out. And I could hear him in my room, and I was rapping on with headphones and stuff. So I went out and I said, "What's up?" It's really early in the morning and that. And he goes, "I don't know." And he was totally upset. And I just said to him, "Mate, it's all right. You'll be all right. You'll get out of it." But everyone's in destitute situation because nobody knows when they're getting out. So they're convinced in their mind after a week or 2 weeks or a month, that they're never going to get out. They've been forced into this situation, and they are on lockdown and they cannot get out. Some family member has called the police. The police have called the mental health people, because quite rightly these people are fucking lunatics, some of them. But their stories are funny. So, and you know, I met one guy, a real nice religious man, real good person. And me and Kerry both liked him from the start when we were in hospital. And yeah, anyway, so yeah, Jose, he used to think, and this is why I say there's funny stories. He used to say, "Rob, is Kevin the Carrot really talking to me through the TV?" And inside, I'm smiling. I'm thinking to myself, this guy is funny, man. Where did he get such a comment? But in his head, he believes it. And his wife heard him say it and thought he was crazy and got him fucking sectioned or whatever. So yeah, you can meet some good people, but always listen to the stories, because that's how you can tell if they're okay. If they're normal, then they'll talk normal stories. If they're crazy, they'll say things like Kevin the Carrot's talking to him through TV. So, but then he realised that's not a good thing to say, and that he wasn't going to say it anymore, and he turned the corner because he realised how crazy it sounded. So he was getting better, because you don't go to a place like that and work out there's a problem with you. You have to think these people know what they're talking about. Well, I'm telling you now firsthand, do not trust the NHS in mental health care. They will experiment on you. They won't try different avenues to try and get a balance in your equilibrium. They fuck you completely by doing that, because they give you the wrong medication, because nobody knows how to solve mental health. That's what Labour did when they opened up all these mental health hospitals. They took something that was unknown and then put it in place, but it would be controlled by, yeah, I say it all the time, but it is true. It's controlled by a foreign force. It's all foreign people working in the agency, in the NHS. So basically, we are controlled by a foreign force. People are working with no degrees, and that is what I was saying about the government's new plan. They're making people have degrees to come and work in healthcare. Right, because at the moment people are literally just coming and working and being trained. So anyway, the whole thing is, Right? I've been through it all: prison, hospital, and uh, this latest thing, security guards. I've had problems with security and teachers. Teachers, that was another thing when I was younger. Always in trouble, always in the headmaster's office. So, and I graduated at 15 to the University of Life. So, I've been struggling ever since. Um, I yeah, today I showed another man what another man is capable of by him basically coming into my life. Why the fuck did he even hold my door? Why did he take it upon himself to come into my life? I didn't invite him to step into my world, right? That's my town when I'm walking through it, right? Not his. It's my town. I'm on the outside. He's in a little fucking Brunel Centre. Right? I'm on the outside, living the life. He gets put in his uniform and goes to stand in a fucking mall. Right? There's a difference. But the main difference is just as I said. You know, he's a security guard. He's probably 10 years younger than me. He's not like that with me, like I am. He's not savvy enough to deal with me. He wasn't strong enough to put up with me if I started fighting back. So, you know, him stepping into my world is a bit annoying because he destroyed my day. My whole day was shit after that. Everybody was arguing with me and people walking into me and fucking, I burn their fucking eyes out, because it just drives me insane. But you can't be like that in society, right? That's the point of it, right? That's how I feel inside, the rage inside. There's pure fucking godly rage inside me, right? But I can't release it. I can't release it because I go to prison. I go to fucking hospital. They inject me with shit. They fucking put you in a room with pads all around it, which aren't very padded because when you smack your head against it, it's not very padded. So don't think a padded room is like a comfy room because it isn't. It's a hard wall with a little bit of padding on, which means it's gonna hurt if you fucking hit it. And don't run at them either head first because that'll hurt. These are all things that I can teach people not to do in that environment, in that situation. But what I can't do is stop foolish people from entering my space, my world. When I'm walking through town, I don't expect people to come and engage with me. I don't engage with you.